to NASCAR Hotspot Podcast. I'm host Troy, joined by Chris today, and our special guest of the week, um, Dar- Darrell
Darrell. Come on,
Darrell
Trey.
Edwards.
Trey, we went
I
over
know.
that.
I've been thinking the entire day, and I just
It's
screwed it
all
right
good,
there. It
man.
always
A lot of
happens with this
people
name.
screw my name up. It's all good.
Yeah, I kind of just like blanked out last second. So, Derrell Edwards is on. He is the Jackman, correct, for
Yeah.
Christopher Bell in the Cup Series.
Yep.
So just tell us about yourself. Like, what do you do?
All right. Yeah. So I'll give you a little bit of background. I'm originally from Baltimore, Maryland. Uh, Grew up playing basketball all my life. That was kind of like my main focus as a sport. Coming up, played a little bit of football in high school. Um, Won a lot of different championships and rings at every level I've ever been at. That's high school state championship, junior college national championship in Texas. Then I went to a Division I program, High Point University in North Carolina, which is the heart of NASCAR. North Carolina is, and I went and won two back-to-back championships there, man. And then I went into this funny story. I went and did an internship at Richard Childress Racing. Basically, I had a guy who was mentioning it to me while I was playing ball in school still, and he was like, "Man, NASCAR, man, you're a leader. You should come check out NASCAR." And me, growing up in Baltimore, I knew nothing about NASCAR. I mean, there's no racing where I come from or how I grew up. And basically, I had 100 things on a sheet of paper, man, after March Madness. And it was like, I'm scrolling down this list and I happen to run across NASCAR, right? I'm like, holy crap. I'm like, I might as well see what's up with it. I got to do like, I don't know, however many hours it was to earn like internship points before graduating. And I went and did it at Richard Childress Racing and worked my way up there. So I don't know if you guys know, but in NASCAR, pit crews, there's tiers to it. You got the ARCA series, trucks, there's levels, right? So I was over at Richard Childress doing an internship for about 3 months or so, unpaid, and just putting my head down, working hard, trying to show the guys that, I was potentially interested. Because when I first went over there, it was just an internship. I wasn't thinking no further than that, just to get my hours to graduate from High Point. And it ended up being, after I was done, my 2-3 months internship, they pulled me in the office like, "Hey, man, all the guys like you being around. They say you work pretty hard. What do you think about, being a part of NASCAR, starting in the pit department?" And working in the pit department is like your development stage, meaning you are basically cleaning tires, airing up tires. You're just kind of like doing all the nitty gritty work, that people don't get to see, behind the scenes that we do, like pre going to the racetrack. And basically they were like, "Man, we'll offer you a job. If you want to go graduate, we'll give you a week or two to go home after you graduate. And if you want a job at Richard Childress Racing, we'll give you the opportunity here." And I was mind blown about it because I wasn't sure whether I was going to continue my basketball career or not, like go play overseas or whatever the case may be. And basically, I was like, "Man, what do I do?" I was torn because obviously, basketball is my first love, and NASCAR is a foreign sport to me at the time. And I was like, "Man, I'm gonna take you up on that offer. Let me see." Obviously, I felt like God had it in the plans. I wasn't sure what to do, but I was like, "Let me test this out." I've been doing things out of my box and stuff out of the normal all this time. I was like, what the heck I got to lose, right? And yeah, man, I worked my way up. So I'll fast forward a little bit. I went to my first race being a ARCA race in Minnesota. I drove 16 hours, man, for about $150, and one pit stop. So that was different, and I was like, I still wasn't sure if I still wanted to be a part of it when that was the case. You know what I mean? Sorry, fellas. So yeah, and then I worked my way up, man. About a year after that, I got the opportunity to be on Brendan Gaughan's Xfinity car. I was jack man for him. Did pretty well my first year with being real fresh. And then that following year, man, I was at the Cup Series, pitting Paul Menard. And it's funny, I'll get you guys a little cool little diecast of that. So that's the
Yeah.
62, and that's the
Ah,
27 car. Yeah, man. So that's some cool deals that I hold on to because that was my first Xfinity car, my first Cup car. Um, and then to cap it off, man, I do 1 year on Paul Menard. I move up again the next year to Austin Dillon in the 3 car, man. And my first race with Austin, I go and win the Daytona 500 race with him and find out a month later after that I'm the first African American pit crew member to ever win that race.
Wow.
So that was an accomplishment for me. I had no idea, didn't have the intentions of doing that or accomplishing that, but it happened. And yeah, it's been good ever since, man. I was on Austin's for 3 years. We won at Texas last year with Austin. And now it's got me to the day. Fast forward, and once again, I'm at Joe Gibbs Racing, pitting Christopher Bell, and I mean, I don't know if I'm blessed or what, man. They say it's luck, right? But I believe it's a blessing. But I went and won the Xfinity race with Ty Gibbs, as well as the Cup race with Christopher Bell back to back at the road course in Daytona. So it's been going pretty good so far for me, man. Only been in the sport, 6 years. I won with John Hunter Nemechek last week in the
Oh,
truck race. So
Wow.
yeah, man.
yeah.
So
Oh my God.
it's been a whirlwind, man. But I think it's just a blessing. So yeah. So this year, fellas, for y'all info, I picked John Hunter Nemechek truck, the Ford truck. I picked the '54 Xfinity car for Gibbs, and I also picked Christopher Bell Cup car. So
Oh, so you got a busy
I think.
weekend.
That's
Oh man, I'm
crazy.
yeah, I'm super busy. Yeah, man, for sure.
Oh yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Do you want to go first with any questions, Troy, or
Yeah,
me?
I might
Okay.
as well. I was thinking, let's just start at the beginning. Your first ever, like, I guess we'll skip ARCA, but like your first like NASCAR race, I guess in the Xfinity Series, was the next step after ARCA. How was like, how nervous were you? Like, what were like the feelings that first race, like being on like a pit crew like that?
Yeah. So Brendan Gaughan, so I knew him he was a Georgetown guy. He played ball at Georgetown. I don't know if you guys knew that. He walked on at Georgetown, played a little bit of basketball. So me and him off the racetrack kind of had some conversations anyway about basketball. So that kind of made me a little bit more comfortable. And I was nervous, man. I feel like if you're a human, you're going to have those nerves. It's just whether they're good nerves or bad nerves. And I mean that in the standpoint of whether you're going to let those nerves affect your performance or you're going to let them motivate you to be really great at what you do. And I kind of use those nerves to push me to be, to go out there and perform at a high level. And yeah, man. And it's kind of like basketball, man. Once you get that first layup or first time seeing that ball go in the rim, AKA for NASCAR's sake, jack the car and there's no issues and get through a first pit stop, the butterflies kind of go away and the confidence raises a little bit. So yeah, man, I definitely was nervous because I knew I was given the opportunity by RCR finally give me a shot to be on a NASCAR level car with Brendan Gaughan, and I was nervous, man. But I'm a motivated guy, man. I get pushed, and pressure, makes diamonds, right? So why be afraid of pressure? I take it head on, man.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I heard something that sticks out to me. Like you mentioned pressure. Joey Logano last year, he said like pressure is a privilege, and that kind of sticks with you like in that way, like to have pressure, like kind of like it's a blessing.
Oh man,
Lucky
it
to have it.
definitely is. If there's no pressure, like how are you even living? Everything's a breeze. Every day's, like carefree, and that's kind of boring if you ask me. So, basketball playing all my life kind of prepared me for all of these events. Now, I'm not saying they're cakewalks, but my mental, I work on my mental more than my physical a lot. If your head is right, man, in the game, you'll have some success. Obviously the preparation, brings that confidence. But I work on my mental a lot, because I've done a pit stop, right? So that means I can do it 1,000 times over. So I just got to get my mental prepared to be able to do it 1,000 times at a high level. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, you talk about mental and physical preparation. What would you say the biggest mental and physical changes are for you when you transition from college basketball over to NASCAR?
Uh, I tried to approach it the same way. And it's Troy, right?
Chris, I'm Chris.
Chris,
Troy
sorry
said,
about that, Chris. So basically, I tried to. It's crazy, man. I play a lot of mind games with myself, but it's one of those deals where I approach NASCAR as if, Derrell, what if you'd have made the NBA? How would you
Okay.
be preparing? How would you be mentally? How would you, all those things? So I try to approach NASCAR as if I made the NBA. And so I prepared just like that, man. I train, I work hard, and like I could have stayed at Richard Childress, probably forever, but I wanted to challenge myself, personally. I was at the top tier level at RCR on a 3-car, and I wanted to see what was next. I wanted to challenge myself. There's a lot of great ones, but I want to be legendary. There's only a few that's legendary, and people also say, man, I want to be excellent. Excellent is really good, right? Nah, for me, I want to be elite. That's a different level. A military guy, I saw him say that on YouTube, and that stuck with me. He's like, excellent is good and all. You're really good. Can't nobody take it away from you. But who can say they are elite at what they do? And that's why I do it. And that's why I kind of made the transition to Joe Gibbs Racing, because I wanted to, arguably, they're the best company, year in and year out, right? The numbers don't lie. And I wanted to challenge myself, man. I wanted to be a part of that, see what it took, even from a business standpoint. How do these guys approach their winning mentality and get prepared? And how can I learn something from how Joe Gibbs and their organization prepares for me personally to be able to prepare and go out there week in and week out to be elite?
Yeah, for sure. You talk about switching from RCR to Joe Gibbs, and I've heard that 20 car especially is had a big overhaul in the offseason. Many different teams, or Joe Gibbs getting many different guys from different teams on that 20 team. How would you say that the change was from RCR to Joe Gibbs?
Man, RCR is a great place, man. A lot of history, 50 plus years of being open. And they gave me the opportunity. So I have a lot of wonderful memories there, specifically the Daytona being a huge, deal in my life. But it's more so, man. Joe Gibbs models you win with people, man. And I feel like Joe Gibbs Racing has a lot of great people, from, down to, custodians, man. And then works his way up all the way to Coach Gibbs. Everyone seems great and awesome, and everyone, gives off that aura of great energy and just being a good people, which I think breeds, success and winning. And it's a lot of similarities, but Joe Gibbs definitely stands out when I say there are a majority of great people within the organization that all know that we all have one common goal, and that's to win races.
Hell yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, it seems as though you guys are more of the unsung heroes every race weekend. What would you say is something that motivates you guys each day, whether it's at the facilities, practicing for pit stops, or even at the track, just getting your mindset right for each race?
You say it one more time. What's the
just basically having your mindset right for each day, whether you're practicing at the facilities or at the race weekend?
Yeah. It's more so, like I said, good people, good athletes, people that are everyone's good at their job, and trusting that guy, because it's basically you got to do your job, for the overall goal of the team to be great. And that's what I see. Everybody's trying to be individually the best for the overall goal of the team, which is to do great pit stops, which is the gain spots on pit road. And we all understand that we're human too. We all understand that we're not perfect. Like Coach Gibbs is a big Christian. He's always putting God first. He's prays with us for the race, which is huge. When you're a top tier, as the world would say in NASCAR, such as a Coach Gibbs, a Richard Childress, and these owners, you'd feel like he don't have to come pray with us, right? You should be glad you're a part of the team. But he knows that the small things are big things. So he comes and pray with each team. That's a big deal, man. Like he that basically tells us, man, he's got confidence in us. He's praying over us. He knows that we are human. We're gonna make mistakes. As long as we give effort, though, that's a different thing. Like our coaches breed as long as we're trying to go fast, they can kind of live with some mistakes that we're going to make. You know what I mean? We don't go out there and like, we're going to do the bare minimum and do just okay. No, we're pushing the limit, you know, each pit stop, each practice, you know, and we overtrain, man, you know, so that way the racetrack becomes easy, man. So when you talk about preparation, we overtrain big time, you know, it gives and everything stays in house. And when we go to the racetrack is actually easier with all due respect than practice. Practice is hard.
Yeah, I can actually see that pretty well. Yeah.
I mean, your coach out
Sure.
there looking at you like this, man, you know, and expecting you to, it's a different feel, man, than like, you know, there's fans far away. Obviously, you know, wherever you're running, when you come down pit road, that brings that pressure that me and Troy talked about earlier. But it's different, man. You know the hard work that you put in all week, you know, so you felt that pressure all week, man. And we overtrain and we get after it. We're not coming there to be just mediocre. And everyone's seeing it this year for sure with Christopher Bell, where he's running, how we're pitting the race car. Everyone see if you haven't seen yet, you're gonna see more.
You guys are flying on pit road every time it says he's gaining spots. Just about.
Yeah, man. So and that's what we're there for, man. And we're gonna be and you got to think about this. We're a whole new pit crew. January just came around. We just started at Joe Gibbs a little over 2 months ago, and we're still learning each other. And we're doing this. Like, just imagine when we're 5. A lot of these teams, Kevin Harvick's team, a lot of these teams haven't been switched around much. They've been working together for years. And when it comes to being a great pit crew, chemistry is everything. And we're just scratching the surface of learning each other. You know, pit stop out. Like we're just learning each other, man. So hopefully we're gaining more spots and we're getting more comfortable with each other. And just enjoying running up front, you know, that makes our jobs much easier as well.
Yeah, for sure. Troy, do you have a couple more questions? I know I got one more in mind, but I'll wait for that one.
Yeah. I've had this one all day. So is there one pit stop in your career that stands out as like you had the most pressure on your shoulders, or like the biggest one of your career?
So I wouldn't say as short as I've been in the sport, I've had a lot of pressure stops. I mean, if I got a couple. So, and I'm gonna give you why I'm gonna give you. I got you, guys. Okay, sorry about that. And I'm gonna give you a couple as to why I chose them. So one, I think Richmond last year, you know, Austin made this huge run, you know, within the playoffs, like the first couple races of the first round. We were running top 5, whatever. We came down first. That was a lot of pressure because Austin wasn't running up there, you know, top 5 all year. So that was different for us as a pit crew, which brought those high nerves, you know. But we came down, we did a pit stop, and we went back out first. It's always tough when you're running first because you know whether that group of guys has lost a spot or not. Like, if you're running 6th or 7th and you lose a spot, you might not notice, you know. But if you're first and you go back out anything other than first, the whole world knows you lost a spot on pit road. So that was one. And then one that really sticks out, man, I'll never forget. Dale Earnhardt Jr. was running at Darlington, and we were pitting the 2 car, I believe, Matt Tiff. And he was maybe first or second. We were 4th, and we beat everybody out on pit road. We went out in first. But I remember specifically dropping a jack on the car on the left side and seeing Derrell Edwards Jr. and like, man, like we kind of were like, we got you, man. Like, we got you, you know?
Oh.
And just for it being, you know, junior, that was a big deal, you know, because obviously he's a legend, him and his dad both. So that one really sticks out to me as well. But I've had a lot of coming down first pit stops. You know, I won the Xfinity Championship with Tyler Reddick, you know, 2 years ago. So I had a lot of good pressure pit stops with him. and a few with Austin as well. So
Hell yeah, that's awesome. Troy, do you have any more?
Not that I can think of right now. What
All
are
right,
yours?
then I'll go with the one that's become kind of a recurring thing now whenever we have guests. Do you have any fun stories or interesting just situations that's happened at the track or at the shop or something like that?
like just fun.
Yeah, just fun ones. Yeah.
I don't know how well you guys do your homework, but uh, I know we partied hard after Daytona. You know, you know what I mean. So
I've heard the
that's
stories from after that one.
Yeah, man. So we want that was cool, man. So Richard let us stay overnight that night, and we flew home the next day. We were pretty hurting the next day, but
that
yeah. So
feeling.
like, oh man, like that was a great feeling, man. Obviously, Daytona is the Super Bowl of NASCAR, so to win it, I like one of the guys. People tell me still today, like, man, you don't even know how big that win is. Like 20 years from now, they'll still be showing that on highlight or whatever. And you'll be able to like talk about it, like, man, I was a part of that team or whatever the case may be, as well as, making history in it, which was cool, man. But that night was super fun, man. And then winning the championship with Tyler Reddick as well was super fun, hanging out with Richard at the bus, in the back. That was super cool, man. And then, just recently, man, I won Christopher Bell's, first cup race win ever. And a cool thing that he said to us. So as long he's been in, so this would be his second year in Cup, I believe, right?
Yeah.
We as a pit crew gained him his first spot ever on pit road as a Cup driver. So in the '95 car last year, he never gained a spot on pit road. So that was cool of him to say to us as well. And I was like, wow, okay, didn't know that, but that's cool.
Jeez.
Yeah, man. And then so winning that race, his first race ever as a Cup driver, and then Ty Gibbs, winning his first race, as well, man. And it being in the same weekend. So the most recent, memory and a cool thing was that win, man. And Ty Gibbs, I believe, made history too by being like the youngest something to win like his first NASCAR start ever. I think he might have beat out, I don't know, Clint Boyd, somebody, but he made history that night as well. So to be a part of those two wins, man, that's pretty special, I think. I'm like ordering a die cast as we speak now and a miniature trophy just because it's a cool deal, man. Yeah, you want to be able to share that stuff, with your kids. I don't have any kids yet, but you want to be able to share that stuff, with your kids and stuff. So that's those cool.
Hell yeah, that's awesome. I say you've definitely been on the right track, or you've had a pretty solid start so far as being in terms of pit membership. That's awesome so far. You got
sure, man.
Four? And you got 4 wins so far this year. On the team, three wins.
I've got 3 wins this year. I got one with all my drivers. So
yeah,
all my drivers have won one this year.
And you had a 4th honestly, this past weekend.
Yeah, man. We were running good. 22 was fast, and the 19 he figured out something on a track as well. And because he was running right with us, he flew past us. He just figured something out, man, and his car was good. And hey, it's a Gibbs car, so a win's a win, for the company. So, but yeah, man, it's gonna be. I think it'll be a lot more. Hopefully now that you guys talk to me, I got you guys support, and it'll be more wins. Trust me, this year, whether that's truck, Xfinity, or Cup, because we got our 54 car is an all-star car, and it's Kyle Busch will be running in it, Denny Hamlin, Martin Truex. So.
Yeah,
I'm sure we'll win a few more, man.
Yeah, you got a lot coming.
Yeah, so like you said, man, I've had a good start. Like I talked to a lot of guys that's been doing this stuff 15, 20 years. A lot of them haven't never won the Daytona 500, and let alone, I've won an Xfinity Championship as well. So I think the next thing I need to do, to cap everything off, is to win a truck championship and win a Cup championship, and then we'll see where we go from there. But I figured I had the best chance of doing all of that by going to Gibbs as well.
Yeah, you definitely have a great shot at that. Shoot, this year alone, especially with John Hunter too.
Yeah. And I'm still in my 20s, man. So I'm the youngest Jack man on the Cup house card, Joe Gibbs. So I feel like I'm doing the right stuff, man. I think I got a long future ahead of me at Joe Gibbs. So
Hell yeah, that's awesome.
That's
Well,
man.
I know I saw you peek at your watch. I know you told Troy you only have a limited amount of time.
Yeah, I mean, I can answer like one more, man. You know, so if you guys got one more or whatever you want to do.
You got one more, Troy, at all, or?
I don't think I have one more.
All right. If you want to shout out your social medias, where people can find you, follow you at, then
Yeah. Cool. So yeah, man, Instagram is Derrell Edwards 3, DERRELL Edwards 3. On Instagram, I believe the same thing on Twitter. I'm barely on there. I need to be on there more. There's a lot of information on there. But yeah, man, and shout out to these guys, you know, NASCAR Hotspot for what they're doing. Hats off to you guys. This is a cool deal. And this is a reminder, you know, for me, like, you're never too big. You know, I'll never be too big for any podcast, any interview. You know what I mean? You make time for what you want to. So I'm never bigger than the next person, you know, and that's how my success and blessings keep on rolling in. You know what I mean? So hats off to you guys. I'm hoping you guys, next time I talk to y'all be 1 million followers. You know, you've talked to big time people, and y'all be like, man, I remember Derrell as well. So it was cool, man. I appreciate it.
I'll be watching closely all season now. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, for sure. Thank
you. Cool,
you.
Man. Stay consistent, man. Reach out to guys. Do it with humility. Message them just like you did me. You never know.
Yeah.
And that's how you go, man. You keep posting, man. Don't care how many likes you get. Just keep feeding it, man. And that's how you get on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Thank you, man,
I appreciate y'all, man. Yep.
Yeah, I appreciate everything.
Yeah.
All right, man. Y'all take it easy. Be safe.
See you, man. All right.
That was good.
That was good. I see. That's what the good thing is. You just let them get talking.
Yeah, just ramble
just let them explore everything. Well, it's not really rambling. They're
but he wasn't really rambling, but like,
no, it's storytelling. That's very important to have. You gotta storytelling. That's the biggest thing. And now we're gonna get on to the Xfinity Series, where it was interesting race to say the least. So let's get into it. So, anyways, the Xfinity race. Austin Cindric led the first stage because it's Austin Cindric this year. Enough said right there. Let's see what we have. We had what? I don't even know. The second stage was kind of non-existent, really either. But it was more competitive. Daniel Hummer ended up winning the stage. There was, what are you doing? Not even you, Kate and Troy.
What is that?
What is that? Is that a Kinder Egg?
Rice Krispies.
Rice Krispies. This is a Kinder Egg.
I'm gonna have to do so much editing because of Troy's.
Kaden, they don't even have Kinder Eggs in America.
Now we do now.
Oh, you do.
They were
now.
illegal, but now they're legal.
Why were they illegal again?
Kinder?
Because
choking hazard. Because they
didn't want toys
chocolate.
and shit like that.
Yeah.
We're Americans, okay? We're retarded. So.
You guys can have guns, but you can't have Kinder Eggs.
Yeah.
We've had those for a while now.
Guns or Kinder Eggs?
You can resume Xfinity.
I don't even know. No, let's get back. We're talking about second stage.
Yeah.
Hemrick ended up winning it, but it was more competitive than the first stage.
I watched the race recap, and it didn't seem like anything happened until the final stage.
The final stage is really when everything started getting going.
And that's when I started watching moves.
Yep.
Yeah. The third stage was an absolute dumpster fire.
Yeah, no, I would switch back, and it seemed like it was under caution the whole time.
That had 2, 4, 6 cautions in the final stage out of the 10 total in the race. So yeah.
The average green flag run was only 11 laps.
Yeah, and that's thanks to the final stage. Let's see. So we started off. We had, I don't even know. Some of these dudes, I don't even know. Like, let's be real here. Tommy Joe Martins and Vargas got together.
Tommy Joe Martins gave me a t-shirt at CTMP one year.
He's cool. I like him. I got respect for him.
It doesn't fit me anymore, so Troy can take it if he wants.
Troy being as small as he is. Imagine only being 4.
Kane, it would probably fit you too.
Oh, I'm like, probably. Harrison Burton spun?
Yeah, Harrison Burton spun. He He got spun by someone though. I can't remember who he got spun by, but I remember he got spun
He
by.
didn't get spun by anyone. Blew it
He
right.
didn't?
He
No?
blew like a right front or something like that. Just spun
Crash.
his
Oh,
dog
what
leg.
the hell? I
Garbage.
could have sworn he got spun by someone.
Should have saved it.
I don't know. I paid attention, but like not the extreme amount that Troy goes in detail because he was writing a literal article for it. And he's absolutely just munching down on a Rice Krispie treat right now.
What is that Rice Krispie treat? Is it
Why would
regular?
You could have
Mhm.
eaten it like this whole time.
Is it
before we
regular?
Actually started.
Or is it like is it the one with
It's
the
a
normal
almonds
regular
in it?
one. It's a
So
The
small,
one with
tiny
the
one.
the one with the rainbow chocolate chip is the best kind.
Facts. Underrated snack. It's like
I haven't had them for a while.
Got to mention
I actually
earlier
just
in the
had one
race,
like 2
Gregson
weeks.
blew up because everyone thought it was water at first, but really
he's
his car
bad.
just went.
Facts. Gregson sucks.
His car literally just said burp. Who else wrecked? There's a bunch of people that just wrecked or some shit.
Oh, two. Brett Moffitt is the
Moffitt,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
he wrecked.
I think he
I'm trying
just
to
blew a
think what happened
tire.
to him. Yeah, he did.
LeBay.
Oh no, he
But-
turned
Seems
down.
there was
He turned down on someone in the dog leg.
Yes,
Clements, I think, or something like that.
I think it was because Clements had a little damage after that.
who is Clementa?
No, Jeremy
Clements?
Clements.
Jeremy
He's been in the
Clements?
series forever. How do you
No,
not
Runs
know
the
I
this?
swear-
51.
No,
He
someone
ran
said
the 51 for
Clementa.
like 8
Someone
No,
months.
said
no
Probably
one.
Troy.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Troy said Clementa, and I'm like, what?
No,
Who's
wait a second.
Clementa?
Chlamydia? What?
Oh God, I swear someone said Clementa.
This is probably true.
Hi.
He was too busy eating food. Take over, Troy. Help me out here.
So we're at the O2 of Brett Moffitt spinning.
Correct.
After this, on lap 149, there was contact coming out of 2 between Santino Ferrucci and Josh Berry.
Oh, that's
And
right. Ferrucci
this
ran out of
resulted in
talent.
Josh Berry just like slamming the ball and then blowing a left rear or something like that. And Josh Berry was recovering from an uncontrolled tire after running like top 5. And Josh was not happy because his race was over. So
We
he
had the
flipped off.
beautiful
The double
A work of
finger.
art.
work of art. He was smiling while he did it too. That made me so happy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have
Did
to
you see
find a way to
the?
censor
Did you see the
those because-
photo? It's like the 4 horsemen of middle fingers. It's like who
Ah,
was it? It
s-
was Elliot. It was
It was
Ferrucci.
Elliot.
Or no, not Ferrucci. Barry.
Barry, willpower
um,
and
Oh
and
yeah,
Eckes.
willpower.
and Eckes.
Yeah, yep. That
The
is
willpower
great,
one's
honestly.
still the best.
Oh,
It's
by
so
far.
iconic. So iconic. It's turned
Face is
into
like
a literal
morphed in it. He's
meme.
like, what's that?
Especially since it was the race control. It wasn't even an actual
Yeah.
driver. He just looked up at the building. I was like,
That was great. Oh my god. Oh, and then we
Um,
have Caden's favorite moment of the race. Justin
Yeah, so
Allgaier
12
just
12
wiped
See,
out
I would've-
Brandon
I would have been
Jones.
more
Young.
mad. I would have been more mad if I saw that while I was actually watching the race.
I just send into the chat LMFAO Jones dead.
I didn't have the chat open all of Saturday
Oh,
until
You
LeBay
tuned
wrecked,
in.
and I said, "Oh, LeBay," and then I just left again. He said the race was bad.
the thing is, we actually went the scheduled distance somehow, and not into a legitimate overtime. There's a regular standard 2-lap shootout because of
'Cause-
LeBay wrecking. Yes, big sad moment for all the Canadian fans.
Us.
Anyway, we had a 2-lap
Us.
shootout that was actually 2 laps for
Yeah.
once, and we didn't have another caution,
March
even though
2nd.
half the field
"Boy,
absolutely
damn."
died in turn 1 on the restart. I don't even know what happened. What Jeb Burton threw it into the corner and made it like 8 wide, it must have been, and just slammed everyone into the wall.
Yeah, that was a pretty stupid move. I kind of just cringed when I saw that. I'm like, why? Why would you do that? Like,
Dude,
at
all
least
of a
if you're
sudden
gonna
there's, like,
overshoot
3
the
or 4
corner, make
cars
the
in there.
corner.
Yeah, you didn't even try.
Do what Keselowski did on the very first lap of the Phoenix race. Go all the way down
Just
to the
go
bottom and
absolutely
still make
down to
the
the pit
corner.
road wall. Yeah.
It was like that close from hitting the wall. It was insane.
But anyways, Cindric won because his car was the cleanest and therefore didn't get caught up in all the bullshit that happen on
Hey,
that restart.
Gibbs made a good run though at the end.
He did.
Like,
He
I
didn't
thought
go for it.
I
Right on the
thought
corner.
I thought Gibbs was gonna wreck him and take him out.
Yeah.
I would have loved that. I'm gonna be honest.
I would not have.
I would have loved that too.
I would have
not
liked
have
it.
loved
Chris,
that.
who cares? He's already locked in.
Yeah, it'd be more bonus points, more
Cindric's
playoff
car was
points.
ugly anyways.
Oh, Cindric's gonna get 13 wins instead of 14. My bad. Like, bro, just let Ty Gibbs get his 2 of the
Dude,
season.
Ty Gibbs, deadass, is the only competition that Cindric's going to have in those races.
Bitch
Yeah.
races.
Probably.
Bitch
I mean,
races.
The races that Gibbs is going to run.
Hemrick's been
Depends.
up there
I mean,
with Cindric.
Gragson, bruh. When he
Gragson's
Shut up, he's
car
19
blows
at
up every
points.
race.
when he passes a break, bro.
Dale
What happened
Jr.
at
needs to
Miami?
upgrade his equipment.
What happened at Miami, Troy? Who wrecked at Miami?
Okay, Gregson
Who's-
wrecked. That was bad luck because he had nowhere to go.
It's always
okay?
luck with this man.
Look at-
He had nowhere to go. Turn the car left and avoid the wreck.
Couldn't even pass David Starr. Like, how trash can you be?
Imagine your motor giving up on like what lap 50 or something like that. Whenever his motor blew. No, wasn't even that. It was like lap 20.
Yeah, he just got up to speed and his motor blew up.
Yeah, it really did. Anyways, let's look at the points. Cindric has damn near a whole entire
Oh yeah,
race on
47 points.
It's gonna
He's
get.
already-
It's gonna get bigger too.
Yeah,
Like, it's
he's
like-
already got the Xfinity Series regular championship locked up. I'm not gonna
When-
say the championship too because it's the
Not
format.
in the field.
It's one.
When you
race,
win
but
a
I mean,
stage each race and you finish in the top 5 every race.
He's
You're
won a stage
gonna-
every race, right?
Yes, he has. Yeah,
I
And
think he
finished in
can.
the top 5.
Imagine
every
if he
race.
wins a stage every single race of the season.
If he
I mean,
wins
I
a
feel
stage
like
every race
eventually
this
you're
season.
bound to have bad luck
Gragson's in the field,
somewhere,
so
but
Yeah. I mean, I don't know where he wrecked last year. I don't remember any race that he wrecked last year, actually.
He had a
no,
better
but not
average
even
finish
that.
than
You could just
Briscoe.
like get a flat or just like
Yeah, that's true.
not have the car for it.
Yeah. Hemrick is 47 behind. I think he's a sleeper for the championship already. I mean,
Yeah, I'd say so.
we saw what the man could do in RCR equipment, finish second 8 times in a season. I think he's bound to break through.
all right,
It's
let's
race
go
to
through
race
our
flat.
notable finishers. Notable finishers.
Notable finishers.
I
Noah
have to look
Gragson
at that.
finished
In-
39th today.
in
Saturday.
third. In third is Brandon Brown. Fourth,
yeah.
Riley Herbst. He was battling with
I
JJ
forgot he
Yaley before the
finished there.
caution. So
Yeah,
Why are you yelling, bro?
because he's gonna be pissy now.
Bailey Curry, 7th.
Yeah. Brett
Bailey
Bailey
Moffitt,
Curry did
ninth.
finish 7th. Yeah,
That's big for like Mike Harmon Racing.
Yeah.
yeah.
Clemens 10th, top 10 for that team.
That's not
Yes,
that
sir.
unusual. Clemens
JJ
is like,
Yaley got
No,
big
he's
beat. He
usually
got
like
the
a top
10.
15 driver. He
uh,
didn't make the playoffs last year. That surprised me, actually.
Let's be
Blaine
real here. Hang on a
Perkins.
second.
oh,
JJ
sorry.
Yaley damn near got a top 10 in Rick Ware Racing equipment.
That happened a couple times last year. Rick Ware only did a couple of races, but they're actually pretty competitive.
Yeah, it's because it's in a series that's not full of the top drivers in the sport.
Also helps when you don't have Cody Ware driving for you.
Yeah, exactly. We
Blaine
saw that
Ferrucci.
Sunday.
What Ferrucci was not good.
15th.
Yeah, he only got
Okay,
15th
whatever.
because he like booted Barry out of the way.
Blaine
Yeah.
Perkins, first ever Xfinity race, he got a top 25. It's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad. It could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, but he's also
What
on-
happened to Justin Hay? Oh, he crashed.
No,
Oh.
he got in the
He
wall in
crashed
that
in the
final
last
restart
lap.
from Burton, just absolutely eating everyone out of the way.
I was gonna
That's
say
basically it. Jesse Little 40th, the Hotspot podcast curse.
we're sorry, Jesse Little. We do like you. We won't have you on so that you can finish a race.
We'll
He
have you
lost
on
his-
in the
breaks. That sucks.
I think it was your average Phoenix race. I'd say it was like a 6 out of 7, 6, 7 out of 10. It was fine. It was
I agree
nothing
with that.
special. There were some good moments, but there were some dull moments. Is there Phoenix race? There's no Phoenix race is the best race of all time.
Oh, Kyle
So
Busch
I
got
agree.
dunked. I did see that.
All right, so we
Phoenix-
start out. It is dominance by Penske. They were 1 through 3 for a good bit. It was Kozlowski and Logano swapping the lead, and Blaney even got up there. Blaney won stage 1. That's
About damn
good for
time.
him. and
He
then
can't,
he,
he's.
and then he choked. So he was.
Should
like,
we talk about the drivers who went to the back? Because that was kind of a big storyline. What do you mean no? Kyle Larson literally went to the back like three
Dude,
times.
3 out of
Yeah, but
400
it didn't-
cars had to start in the back.
It
Yeah,
didn't really end up changing too much though at the end.
yeah. I don't think Larson would have won anyways. Actually,
No, he didn't have
Trix
the
was
speed.
faster.
Truex finally showed up for a weekend.
Hey, he.
For the first time.
Kaden, you
Caden, he won. Like
He won
You
anyways. It
alive?
doesn't matter. I don't
you
care.
alive?
Basically, stage one was pretty uneventful. But there was that one wreck with Alex Bowman, who he kind of got pinched in between Chastain, who checked up, and Dylan kind of just got on the inside,
hold
and
that
Dylan just
back.
clipped him, and then Bowman just spun around, and hit the wall. He actually battled back for a nice top 15. I think he finished 13th. That was good. Ross Chastain continuing to show why he didn't deserve the 42, but
Oh, remember when Troy tried saying something about Chastain going to be like equal to Larson's pace in the 42? Because I remember that.
I
last year
never
on the
you
said
podcast.
that.
Yes,
I
you
never
did.
said
I don't
that.
You
remember
did
saying
say
that.
that.
I remember saying that
I
at
don't-
all.
It
I
doesn't mean it
remember-
didn't
I
happen.
saw
I don't
him.
remember.
I saw him doing this bad
Yeah.
the whole entire time, bro.
I
Bro,
don't.
you were
I
saying-
don't remember
you
him
were-
saying it, but I wouldn't have been surprised if he did say it.
Bro,
No,
I
he
never
said
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 that.
something along those lines because he thinks that Larson isn't that good of a driver.
Larson's
Okay,
been
Driver,
good
he's
so
still a little bit
far.
overrated. A little bit overrated.
He's so much better than
Overrated.
Chastain, though. He's
Well,
showing
yeah,
why.
obviously.
He's
Yeah,
showing why he was
because Chastain
overachieving in that
sucks.
equipment.
Chastain's over aggressively stupid. That's why.
Yeah.
He's literally a stupid driver.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
so-
farm some watermelons. Like we don't need.
That sounded
No, I remember
extremely
Troy
bad.
saying something like Chastain was going to do like the same stuff as Larson, but instead he's doing worse.
Yeah.
He's pulling more stupid moves than Larson could even think of pulling.
Yeah, but everyone
Yes.
saw that coming. I don't know how
Yeah.
you could argue that that wasn't going to happen. Like just
Yeah.
because you think Larson's overrated doesn't mean he's a bad driver.
Exactly. Larson isn't a bad driver. I just think he's a little bit, kind of a bit overrated. I'm just saying that right now.
Yes.
I think if he has a great season this year, I won't call him overrated, but he's just a tiny bit overrated. So, but Blaney would win stage one, some well-needed points for that team. Would he come into this race 24th in points?
Yeah.
Something around there. So glad he got a stage win. Then after that, there would be a ridiculous wreck between Anthony Alfredo and was that Cody Ware?
That's right. Cody Ware
Yes, that was
absolutely
Cody
ran
Ware.
him over because
Oh,
Cody
he
Ware has
didn't even
no
turn
That was so
into the
stupid.
corner, bro.
He
He
didn't
has
turn.
no talent.
Literally, Alfredo was just running his line, and I just see Cody Ware come out of. He didn't even turn. He just went straight and wrecked Alfredo. I felt so
Cody
bad.
Ware looked like a fuck.
To be
Cody
fair,
Ware looked like a piss missile going into there.
to be fair, Alfredo was running a lap down compared to Rick Ware racing cars.
Dude,
So I mean,
No,
Did
he
you
was
see- did you-
34th or something like that. He was doing
Oh
really
my
bad.
god. Cody Ware ran him the hell over.
what did he tweet anyways? He tweeted something like, "Oh yeah, it was
No,
a-
he said something on the
At least I
radio. He
wasn't
was
a
like,
lap
it was just a
down.
lapped car or something like that. And it's just like, what?
it was just a lap car." That's you every week, bro.
Yeah. Absolute talentless hack. I mean, what the hell, dude? What the actual hell?
It would have been different if he got loose, but he didn't even get loose. He just sent
No,
it
he
in
just
there with
drove
the
it into the
intention of
corner.
wrecking him.
Yeah.
I don't know how NASCAR hasn't penalized him whatsoever. That looked
Wait,
that
which
was
number does he
blatantly
drive?
51.
That pisses me off that he's in the
51.
51 and not the 53. So much.
Doesn't really matter.
Why
They're
not
both
the
trash.
53?
Well, if the 53 finishes bottom 3 in points, then Rick Ware could lose that charter at the end of the season.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Boys.
I think JTG Doherty should try and get it back because Priest has been good. Priest is still 14th and
Dude,
one.
Priest
He's
is
still
still in
14
the
in
playoffs.
points, but he finished like 28th today. Or not today, well, yesterday.
I mean, still
I know he
four-
didn't
four
have a good
good
run.
races. That's like almost
Still decent.
that's probably
Yeah.
better than last year for them.
It is extremely better than last year for them. Priest finished like last 3 times in a row last year.
That was like Brandon
Of
Jones
the
in that stretch.
Oh yeah.
teams that have a charter, the 53 currently is not in the bottom 3. We need to make that happen,
Who is
boys.
bottom 3?
Bottom 3 with a charter is the 00, the 52, and the 51.
I mean, Starcom, I don't think they're at risk of losing it yet, but if they were, then that's complete karma for not
I think they
rehiring
will
Landon
be
For
Castle.
next year.
Texas.
No, for not
Dude.
rehiring Landon Castle and go with Health instead. Like, why? Well, I guess Health brought sponsorship, but like Castle's so much more experienced. Right?
Yeah.
They're a small team, especially.
He's more of a serviceable driver.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think this is when like that after that accident happened, I think that's when we kind of got a feeling of who had the best car. And this is when Truex ran down Logano. Truex was running him down quick. He came from like 18th to second. He was like only like half a second back at the end of the stage. But it was Joey Logano winning the stage, was it not?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's been on a roll too. He's been actually pretty underrated this season. He's had speed in every race. Daytona 500, Daytona Road Course.
Finished second.
Yeah. Vet.
Vegas,
Miami?
he ran ninth. Miami, he was.
I don't think he ran that well in Miami.
Either way, he's third in points without the playoffs right now.
Yeah, so he's still doing well. I'm not taking that away from him, but he's actually been
Yeah.
pretty underrated this season. Kyle Larson looked pretty fast. Kyle Larson looked equal with Truex, but Larson kept getting pit road speeding penalties because
Yeah. The first one, he was what, 0.05 over the speed limit? Yeah.
feel bad. But stage 2 would end. Joey Logano wins the stage. I swear he's won several stages this season. Feels like he's won a
Yeah.
stage every race as well.
Yeah, he's bound for a win soon. I think it'll probably come at, I don't know, I'll say
Dude, the
Talladega.
fact that it didn't happen in like the first 5 races is kind of surprising because he usually wins 2 of
He
them.
uses, yeah, he usually
He's
is.
usually good at Vegas.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
usually launches off like a bat out of hell. He goes so quick through the
Disappears
first like
until the
5
playoffs.
races. Yeah, and that's why. That's why I don't think he deserved a championship 4 spot. If I'm being honest, yes, he won Kansas, but did he actually exist from Phoenix to Kansas?
Kansas to Phoenix?
Kansas to Phoenix,
Which Phoenix are we talking
like
about?
Spring Phoenix last year to
Oh.
Kansas.
Oh,
I
No,
can't
not
remember.
really.
I can't remember a race where I said, "Wow, Joey Logano has a dominant car."
yeah, but I feel like that always happens. I feel like he always disappears
Yeah.
over the summer.
He
and then
absolutely
comes
disappears
back.
until the playoffs. And then he's
Comes
like, "Hey, what
back
up, though?"
round of 8, bump and run for the win, and then goes to Miami.
Yeah. I mean, well, it is
Not-
Martinsville.
Well, stage 2 then, Joey Logano wins for the 4th time saying that now. And then the caution after that would be Tyler Reddick. Did he blow a tire?
What even happened to him?
I
He hit
think
the
he blew a
wall.
tire.
He blew a
He
turn,
hit the
hit the
wall.
wall.
Okay.
Yeah.
First turn, yeah.
He's had a disappointing season too.
Yeah.
Reddick, I don't think is going to make the playoffs either, actually.
But
It's not looking good for him.
He's not top 20.
No. he's
Yeah.
not.
He got the 1 second, but like other than that, he hasn't really done anything.
1 second where? Vegas or Miami?
No,
Miami.
Miami.
Of course. Why would it be at Vegas? Of course it'd be at Miami. You numbnut. Oh my God.
Yeah, he has
Yes,
1
you are.
second, but then 27th, 38th, 22nd, and 29th.
Yikes.
Oh, that's bad. That's almost Matt DiBenedetto numbers.
Divvy's
Um,
have better numbers than him now, though.
Yeah, Benedetto got a top 15, I think, this week.
Yeah, he's gotten 2 top 15s in a row. He just needed
Much
them. I mean, he's like
needed.
30th in points. So, I mean,
This
then after
season's been
that,
crazy though. Like five winners so far.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm loving this season so far. I mean, I'm a
Yeah.
little biased because both Truex and Bell have won, but I think objectively there hasn't been a bad race.
It's an amazing season so far.
Daytona
I like it.
500 had sucked, yes, but other than that, the races we expected to be bad have been pretty good. I'd say.
Yeah.
Like this season as a whole, I'd give it an 8 out of 10 so far. Obviously, we're gonna hit the summer, and it's just gonna go down to a 4 out of 10.
Well, the good
'cause-
thing is there's not much intermediate races. That's the
yeah.
thing. There's only
We are
11 on
going-
the total schedule.
I mean, we're going to a pretty sucky track next week, but who knows? It
Yeah,
could be a
it's
good
gonna be
one.
of them. I mean, if
We
it's
get
anything
dirt-
like
we get
Miami and
dirt
Las
soon.
Vegas,
I think it
Yeah.
could be. I don't think. I think we're gonna have another winner though. I think we're gonna have another new winner though, heading into.
Harvick's finally going
Probably-
to show up, and we're all
Yeah.
going to go,
Harvick
oh, shit,
probably.
all right, time for Harvick to do Harvick things.
Yeah, it's either gonna be Harvick or Keselowski. I have a feeling both really good at Atlanta, and
Probably Harvard.
Yeah, I'd say it'd be Harvick. Hopefully
But
he's
who
running the
knows?
special scheme. Hopefully.
This season's been pretty crazy. So you don't know.
Yeah. And then after that, Kyle Busch and Ross Chastain will get together. Kyle Busch just got dumped by Ross Chastain. And then
out.
I feel bad for Busch, man. He's got a new inexperienced crew chief with cup level. And then he has to race against Ross Chastain. That's just 2 L's and no W.
Yeah.
And then after that, it would leave a extremely 20 lap short run. It was like something like that. It was like 25
lap run.
25, yeah. And Logano chose the inside for whatever reason. I think he was thinking if he could send it in the corner, clear
think it was on
Truex.
the outside.
No, Logano was on the inside because Truex had that power move around the outside and just took the lead. And then Truex would take the lead and just drive away. He had the best car, I think, no doubt. And which is weird. I don't think Logano ever had the best car.
He had the best car for like the first 3 laps of a restart.
Yeah. But after
but
that,
the thing on the last restart, Truex just got us outside. Unless you have a car on your outside, you're done. On Phoenix.
yeah, first Phoenix win of his career, first win of the season. Shut up. 5 wins on the season, or not 5 wins, 5 different winners, and I think we make it 6 next week. Yeah. I mean, I don't think any of them will win.
I mean,
maybe
maybe
Truex or Larson. Truex has been good at Atlanta, so is Larson, but I don't see either of them winning.
No.
And let's look at points now. Denny Hamlin, do we want to look at playoffs?
Yeah, just do playoffs. I mean,
we'll look at playoffs right now.
Points don't mean that much.
Truex sits first in standings. He's ahead of Larson by 1 point. And then Christopher Bell is actually hanging pretty close. Christopher Bell had another solid day. He was like top 8 almost all day until late on.
Incredible.
Oh my God. Christopher Bell, such a sleeper. He's 3rd in points. Byron,
championship winner. I swear, if it happens,
so.
Caden's gonna look like the biggest genius ever.
Yeah.
If it happens, Troy. I'm gonna say something.
Can't be on the podcast.
Yeah, Troy. Troy gets
Wow.
Troy gets to miss the Daytona 500 podcast. I'm saying that right now. That's if Bell wins the championship.
No. If Bell wins the championship, Caden gets to take over the account for a day.
No.
Yes. No.
Terrible idea.
That's better. That's actually better.
No. Okay.
No, but just set boundaries. Something.
I can say whatever boundaries. He has full control of the account.
No,
he can,
Troy,
change,
I'm not
he
that.
can literally change the passcode if he wants.
I wouldn't do
Too much
that.
power he
No,
has.
Oh, it'd have to go through your phone or email, so he won't be able to do that.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll meet you up at the Glen 2022 and do it.
Take your time.
Give me your phone after Christopher Bell, 2021 champion. Anyways, Michael McDowell has started to fall off again. We all knew this was going to happen. He's 5th in points. Denny Hamlin currently leads actual points. He is 236 points. I feel like he's always been top 3 every race. He just has never had the car to beat.
Yeah, he's been top 5 a lot.
Yeah. Who is that? Brad Keselowski, 2nd in points. He's been pretty good. Truex would be 3rd in points. Yeah. Elliott is 179.
Oh, Logano's ahead of him.
Oh, yeah, Logano's ahead of him. I didn't see that. Logano, Elliott, Harvick, Busch, Austin Dillon.
Kurt Busch.
Yeah, Kurt Busch, Austin Dillon, Ryan Blaney.
Finally.
Mans was 24th on points entering this race. What? Okay.
Yeah.
Ryan Preece.
Big moves every race.
Yeah.
Ryan Preece, 14th. Kyle Busch, 15th. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. has been quietly consistent. He's sitting 16th in points. Bowman, I feel bad.
Dude,
He's 17th in points.
Oh my God.
18th.
Oh my God.
Chris Buescher, he's been actually
Absolute
quietly
legend.
consistent too.
Legend.
Bubba Wallace is 19th.
Finally,
Extremely strong.
broke into the top.
Yeah,
20.
that team had a top 10 in their hands, and they stayed out on a caution, which was stupid.
Yeah.
And Cole
It
Custer,
wasn't
after
worth it. Yeah.
getting dumped by Ross Chastain. Ross Chastain was involved 3 incidents this race.
Yeah.
He's on the one with
yeah,
Bowman. He dumped Kyle Busch, and then he dumped Cole Custer into the wall, but it didn't bring out the caution.
Yeah.
Thank the Lord.
Absolute
screwed my
talent
fantasy even
that
more.
man is. Absolute talent.
Yeah, that's pretty much it for Phoenix.
It was actually a pretty busy news week. Most of the news is all to the Bristol Dirt Race or in preparation to the Bristol Dirt Race. So we got the news that Kevin Harvick will be returned to the Truck Series. And we'll be running the Bristol Dirt Truck Series race for DJR Racing. He's going to be in his 17. It's going to be a one-off starter in trucks, but he's also going to be returned to Xfinity in the first time in a couple of years. For 3 Xfinity races, all new tracks to the Cup schedule. It's going to be Road America, Circuit de America, and Indianapolis Road Course. And then on top of that, back down the trucks, we have Ryan Preece is going to make 2 truck starts for DGR Racing this season. I believe it's like Nashville and Kansas, I believe the races are. And that's that deal. And then other drivers, so like Chase Elliott, Kyle Busch, and Brad Keselowski, they're gonna be running the Dirt Nationals at Bristol. Which is gonna be this coming weekend, actually, like Saturday night. That's gonna be a lot of practice for the race, for the Cup race. That's gonna be next week. So I keep saying so Jessica Friesen, who is Sturt Friesen's wife, is gonna be in a second, how do you say it, Halmar or whatever
Yeah,
truck.
Hallmark
Halmar
season.
in the truck series. So she's gonna be in the 62 in the Bristol Truck Series race. From what I've heard, she's like a pretty good dirt racer. Nothing amazing, but she's not bad at all. She has experience. So moving out of the Bristol Dirt Race news and everything, Bill Lester, he's like 63 or 64 right now. He's gonna be running the truck race this weekend at Atlanta, returning to the track that he made his Cup debut in a couple years ago, a while ago actually.
2006.
2006.
Couple years ago, back in the old days, I remember those days.
Almost
just like it was yesterday.
Caden's barely older than that race.
Shut up, bro.
So yeah, he's gonna be running that for DGR Racing. Everything's coming on DGR. And some really unexpected stuff. This past weekend, Martinsville Speedway took out their grass, and they were just gonna go all like asphalt or whatever in that. Yeah, I know. I said it and I thought on my mind, and I'm like, oh. So Martinsville is not gonna have any grass anymore, which is kind of like a staple of the track. But
That's weird. Like,
no-
what did they give a reason why?
Well, the
cutting
reason
costs.
why is because
Oh,
they
right.
had to bring in a landscaping crew every weekend that
Oh,
they ran a
yeah,
race
sure.
there.
That makes
So-
sense. Yeah. It makes
Oh,
sense. Sad to see,
$100
but
for
makes sense.
grass.
I
I don't get 'em.
It definitely
actually
more.
costs more. It definitely costs more than
Yeah,
that.
a little more. Finally, the last bit of news. It was kind of expected, but it makes sense in the end. Austin Cindric is going to return to the Cup Series this weekend for his second Cup start at Atlanta. And it's mainly just to keep the 33 car up in the points, so he's locked into races if he wants to enter a race that doesn't have practice qualifying.
Truex is racing Bristol Dirt.
Oh yeah,
That was
I forgot.
confirmed.
No one cares.
Yeah,
about
so confirmed yesterday after the race, Truex is going to be running Bristol Dirt for Kyle Busch Motorsports, and the sponsor is going to be Auto Owners.
It's gonna be a hot scheme.
And yeah, that's going to be his first truck start since 2006. It's only going to be his third
Damn.
truck start in his career.
He's gonna win the Bristol Dirt and then ditch Cup and then go race
No,
truck
he's
points.
not gonna win. I don't think he's gonna win.
No,
I think
he's
there's
not
too
gonna
many-
win. It's
There's too many
dirt.
guys that are good on, like, too good on dirt. for
The only
me.
reason he's doing it is because to get experience to know what it's like for the Cup race. Because Xfinity isn't going in there. I don't know why. I think that's pretty stupid, actually. I think Xfinity should do Bristol Dirt.
Yeah, It is what it is.
It is what it is. That wraps up news
News.
segment. That's a
could-
segment.
Man, it's just
We'll
sung the
cut- we'll
Mario
cut.
theme song.
We'll cut that part out.
Yeah, that's some like copyright issues we run into.
I haven't played. I want to get Mario Bros. For the Wii. Actually, such a banger of a game. Okay.
Caden's thoughts.
Yeah. The best segment of all time. Okay. So here's my opinion. I think at the end of the season, Martin Truex Jr. will leave with the most points from a Toyota driver. I think I don't have any stats to back this up. I just don't think Denny Hamlin would be the top Toyota in points. But
okay, I gotta say something. So
Oh,
you're
God.
telling me that Christopher Bell is gonna win the championship, but Truex is gonna have the most points of any Toyota driver.
Aha, this is where you got me. I think Christopher Bell won't have the most points overall, but he will win the championship. I think Truex is just
Fair.
gonna have the most points. I'm gonna be honest. I think Kyle Larson is kind of backs up what I said last week of him being a championship contender. I think this even solidifies it even more. Because I mean, has he in history been even that good at Phoenix? Like I remember in 2017 spring
He
race,
hasn't finished lower than 12th since 2015, besides some type of mechanical failure.
Mm.
And that was only one race.
Well, I mean, the man's got talent, that's for sure. I think he's almost.
Caden just went, "Oh shit, okay."
I thought he wasn't. I don't know. I didn't think he was that good at Phoenix. I know he had that one strong run in 2017, but I haven't remembered he was an actual contender in forever.
Well, 2014, Newman just decided to, eat him into
Win.
the wall, come into the checkered.
That was funny. That was hilarious. I love that. I think 23-11 is on their way to an actually decent season now. I think Bubba Wallace and that team are going to start racking up top 10s, and I think that team might win. I think they can win. I just don't think it'll be anytime soon. Oh, yeah. Final hot take. Christopher Bell wins the championship still.
Jesus. That is absolutely horrible.
See, we need a race that gets me mad for actual hot takes.
Just imagine a mad Caden doing this.
Once we
I
get
guess
to the
mad
road
about
courses,
something
we'll get a
is-
heated Caden.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Into the road courses. Caden's just gonna absolutely go ballistic. That would be horrible.
Now, Chris's day in history. He's been alive since 1940. He knows every single race NASCAR's ever run.
Oh, I might as well be sometimes. That's how I
That's more
feel,
like
really.
Troy. Troy knows every race.
Yeah.
Troy, a couple of days ago in chat, he was like, "Oh, do you guys remember 2003 Bristol and whatever happened?" Like, no.
Yeah. I was just like, what the hell?
We'll be chilling in chat, and Troy's like, "Oh yeah, do you guys remember Kansas 24 or not?"
24.
I was gonna say 2004. Was Kansas?
Yeah, it was. That was the last. That was the
Oh
last.
my
race
God,
before-
he knows it.
2 days before I was born,
Oh my god.
Joe Nemechek won.
Who won on my birthday? I do want to know that.
I'll look it up.
No,
All
I'm
I
doing
know
it.
is
Oh.
I was born a couple weeks
Wow.
before
Imagine
Gordon
using
won
Google Troy.
the
I
championship
expected
in
you to know.
Yep. Troy has to look something up. He's not actually a good NASCAR hotspot. Oh, Texas is on the 29th this year. I want to go back to Martinsville when Martinsville was the weekend of my birthday. That was good. Here we go. Okay. Who has won on my birthday? 2005. I'm looking. In the truck series, Kyle Busch won. Truex has won on my birthday. He won an IROC race.
Oh, that
was the final IROC race.
Yeah.
Nice.
Bush has run. Max Verstappen. Johnny Sauter, Denny Hamlin.
Did you just say Max Verstappen? Do you even know who that is?
No, no.
It's an
Wait.
F1 driver.
Wait, you actually don't know who he is? I thought.
I've heard of him. I just don't.
He runs the Red Bull 33.
Whoo, I like Red Bull. I don't drink it. It
I
just
wish they
looks
were back
nice.
in NASCAR.
The first ever race run was 1917. That's not right.
It's not
It's
all
called-
NASCAR.
Yeah, I know. It's called the AAA Champ Car Series. It was won by Eddie Hearn. American Le Mans Series, Frank Biella.
Limo.
Scott Dixon won on my birthday. Tony Stewart. Mirko Belluto. F2 driver.
Karen, are you having fun looking up fucking people that won on your birthday?
Troy, what's your birthday?
October 12th.
Good, I'm not searching it up.
Did you know that Terry Labonte announced his retirement on my birthday? The day I was born, he announced his
Dude,
retirement.
Troy.
So he knew you were born and he just said, no, I can't do this anymore.
Troy, I gotta ask, do we care?
Welcome to my segment, Today in NASCAR or NASCAR History. Each week it'll be a piece of NASCAR history from this exact day that we're recording, or different times throughout the sport. Whether it be an odd occurrence that happened at the track or somewhere out in the boonies, or whether it just be a new team, new driver, something that happened that really shakes the sport, or just a piece of history that maybe creates certain situations down the road farther along. Either way, it'll be sure to entertain you.
We are on episode 22. I'm going to go over the history of the 22 car. The 22 has had an interesting history, with much of its success due to Fireball Roberts, Bobby Allison, and of course Joey Logano nowadays. The first victory for the 22 came in the inaugural season of NASCAR in 1949, where Red Byron at both Daytona and Martinsville won both of those races. It wouldn't be another 7 seasons where Chuck Stevenson and Fireball Roberts would combine for 6 wins. Stevenson at Lancaster Speedway and Roberts at 5 races, most notably Okanichi Speedway. Holding off Buck Baker as they were the only 2 to finish on the lead lap that day, which back then, not surprising. The next 2 seasons, Fireball Roberts would score 14 wins in the 22 and would thrive in the early 60s until an unfortunate accident at the World 600 that, the car disintegrated, and much like his name, Fireball. That one actually led to his passing, which that was a very unfortunate time later that year because he sustained much physical damage that his body just couldn't take. Bobby Allison would return to the 22 car in 83 after winning 7 times in 69 and 70. And in 84 and 86 and 87, he would rally off more wins in that time. Fast forward to 95, and whoa, English, Chris. Wow. Yeah, that's right. 32 days before his 33rd birthday, Ward Burton would bring the 22 back to victory lane at Rockingham. Troy looking on in happiness. Burton would win 4 more times between 2000 and 2002 before departing from the 22 in 2003. It wouldn't be until 2011 when the 22 returned to victory lane, this time with Kurt Busch behind the wheel. Yes, Nick. Yes. After that, we had AJ Allmendinger, who, great situation there that happened with him. And now that leads to Popping them bills, bro. After that, we had Joey Logano take over the 22, and we have seen what happened from there. He has won a Daytona 500. He has won a championship that came in 2018. And Caden's just being salty because he zoomed past Truex in Miami and just absolutely blew the doors off of Truex. At the time that I reported this, it had ran 1,563 races. That is now to 1,568 races. He has 82 total wins. At the time of reporting was 375 top fives, 633 top tens, and an average finish of 16.64. That is the history of the 22 with us doing episode 22. Yeah, we got fantasy next. So with fantasy, we got new picks for this week for the 5 weeks.
Did I win fantasy this week?
You did.
Yeah, but you're still in last.
Okay, that doesn't matter.
Points.
He's not.
I just needed to win.
Back, though.
I got momentum now. I've got momentum heading into Atlanta.
The first pick of this round since he finished last week.
Nick gets first overall pick. Same. I don't know who I have.
I'm looking.
Sent it to the chat.
I know. I'm checking it in the chat.
I know you are. I was talking to Caden.
Yeah, I should probably do that too.
Nick, you have Kurt Busch, Bubba, Briscoe, Bell, and Byron.
I know. I'm just doing some research.
I'd pick Kurt Busch.
Yeah, I'll take Kurt Busch.
That's a good pick.
No, two of you. Oh, I thought Troy was taking Kurt.
No.
And I have the next pick. So why not go with Harvick, who always wins there?
Oh, I hate you.
That's
I hope he DNF.
Chris rigged it for himself.
Yeah, that's why.
Totally. Troy?
I pick Hold up. I want to. No, I'm not picking Larson. I'm not shooting myself in the foot that way. I pick Hamlin. Have with it.
Okay.
You should save Larson for Bristol Dirt. Isn't that obvious?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do, bro. Get off my butt.
I don't know who I have.
Bristol,
Chris?
Martinsville.
Caden, you have Newman, Blaney, Custer, Byron, and AD.
Newman, Blaney, Custer, Byron, and Austin. That sounds like the most inconsistent group of all time.
It's a lot of potential.
Yeah. I've got to strategize with this because I know Newman is good at dirt. Blaney's good at. I don't want to rely on Cole Custer to win me in fantasy. I'm sorry. And I've got Austin Dillon, who's been running fine recently. Who else do I have?
Byron.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Byron. I think he's gonna perform.
Cool. So that means that we are set with that.
All right. That pretty much wrap it up.
Yeah.
All right. Final thoughts, everyone. Who do you think is gonna win Atlanta?
Harvick.
Harvick.
I pick him every week. Kurt Busch is gonna win.
Oh my God, you're so stupid. I hate you. I hate you sometimes.
I pick Kurt until he wins once per season, and it worked last year.
Yeah. You probably didn't even pick him for Vegas.
I think he had given up on that point on taking him.
I wouldn't have been surprised.
Once again, thank you to Derrell Edwards for joining the podcast earlier and giving a great interview with a lot of motivational and mental talk that a lot of people don't always get to have. And we will see you guys on the next episode.